because from the time On the 14-5 Northmor Golden Knights. This matchup marks one of the last tournament tune-ups for both teams, and that's coming your way next.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to high school volleyball live and free here on the OH.Report. My name's Hayden Gray, and tonight I'm joined by the one and only Mackenzie Weaver for what looks to be a good tournament tune-up for both teams before the postseason gets underway. Mackenzie, what are you looking forward tonight from both of these teams as they both look to carry some momentum into the tournament?
Well, I haven't seen Worthington Christian play this year, and it's been a hot minute since I saw Northmor play Lex. It was a 4-set loss. Kind of disappointing. It was homecoming Saturday, so I'll kind of give them the benefit of the doubt there. This is a great tune-up. This is going to see how well they're going to be moving in system with serve and serve receive, how well their offenses are going to be moving, because by this point in the season, you should be rocking and rolling at that point. So, honestly, it's going to be a serve and pass game, and who can put the ball away early and quick.
Definitely, and as you said, looking for a little bit of a tune-up before the postseason. Obviously, both teams with tonight after it, there's only going to be one match left for each of these teams, so that's going to kind of move us into our key of the game. We only have one of those, and that's do not look past tonight. Obviously, both teams out of contention to win their conference outright, but as we were talking a little bit earlier, this does carry a little bit of weight in terms of seeding or personal statistics, so what can you offer on Don't Look Past Tonight?
As my always, this is the Mackenzie Weavers of volleyball. Doesn't matter what age you are. Serve in, and you're going to serve into space, not directly at people. We're going to minimize hitting and serving errors and first ball contact, especially in serve receive.
All right, and then tonight for Worthington Christian Warriors, a couple top performers. We have Liv Fenstermaker and Anna Schwartz. Having a chance to look over those statistics a little bit, what do you think both of those girls offer to this team?
I think we'll hold for the national anthem.
Yes, we will take a pause. All right.
And we're back.
Now I'll resume back to where we left off. Taking a look at top performers for both of these teams. I believe we left off with Worthington Christian Warriors. Is there any statistic or anything that sticks out for these two for the Warriors that you'd like to bring up?
Yeah, so for me, I'm always a big person on hitting percentage, and it's kind of like it is in baseball. You want yours to kind of be in the 300-400 range. I know 400 is kind of like astronomical, but for high school volleyball, between 250 and 300, you're hitting really well. You're a go-to person on your team. Right now, they're both Liv Fenstermaker and Anna Schwartz are both hitting about between 160 and 175, which not bad, not great. I watched Liv Fenstermaker warm up. She's like, I was looking her up. She's about 5'5", but she doesn't play small. She doesn't play big. She plays very, very big. She jumps well on the outside. I'm excited to see what she does tonight. We got to make sure that the setter's giving her a lot of options, give her a high ball, especially when she's going up against big blockers. You got to give her time to make good decisions. Anna Schwartz is going to be in the middle. You are a middle blocker, not a middle hitter, but you know what? You got to do your job, so hopefully they give her the ball early and often.
Yeah, and then we're going to take a look. We're going to touch on just quickly a couple players for the Northmor Golden Knights. Reagan Swihart, she has 235 kills on the season. She's currently third in the CAMAC in kills. And then Lexi Wegner, another girl, 176 kills, second on the team. Anything that you saw in warm-ups from either of these two girls that stood out to you?
Especially Reagan Swihart. You know, she's been pretty much a really big soul of this team all year long. I watched her, especially early in matches when they shoot that ball to the outside. I want them to stay in rhythm with her and be able to use that at any point in time. But to do that, you have to establish your middles so you can shoot that. That's that first ball contact, distributing the ball so your hitters have good options and just keeping them in rhythm. I'm excited to see what she does tonight. She struggled a little bit the last time I saw her play. They weren't giving her the ball where it needed to be in system. So hopefully tonight their first ball contact will be better for that. Certainly,
and we'll go ahead while handshakes are underway here, and we'll look at the starters for the Worthington Christian Warriors. First off, we have Liv Fenstermaker, Grace Lenigan, Abby Urbanchik, Sydney Diedrich, Courtney Staggs, Ellie Wolf, Anna Schwartz, Grace Hardings, Phoebe Williams, and Eva Albert. And then for the Northmor Golden Knights, we have Rachel Irvin, Chloe Keene, Maggie Tuttle, Amanda Kincaid, Emily Zeiger, Lizzie Ernstein, Lexi Wegner, Maddie Blunk, Maggie Brewer, Abby Conant, and Reagan Swihart. So those are your rosters for both teams as we are just getting ready to head underway into our first set this evening. Seems we still have a little bit of time to burn before we get the first set here. You were talking a lot about hitting percentage, though, a little bit ago. Overall, as a team, do you think Northmor is doing an okay job with that as a team this year? I know we were taking a little bit of a peek at that. Do you think that's one of the top strengths that they have?
It can always be better. So I am always a bone to pick with hitting percentage. You know, it's better to give yourself an opportunity and tip and throw a ball than like make stupid hitting errors. Tonight, I would like to see them be for their tournament like hitting above 175 and on their way up and out, so they can bring that hitting percentage up. It gives them a little bit more confidence moving forward, especially when you go to get your district voting and all that fun stuff.
Certainly. So Abby Urbanchek's going to start things off for the Warriors, picking up an ace early on to make it 1-0 Worthington Christian. She'll be back to serve again. Urbanchek sends it over. And that is returned by number 27 for the Golden Knights, Reagan Swihart.
That's a good tool off the block, you know, especially when you're in an out of system set like that, especially when you're running like a chicken with your head cut off as a setter. You know, you're just trying to swing high and find hands.
Certainly. And the freshman Lizzie Earlstein will send it over to the Warriors. And they are able to connect. Number one just not able to connect. Liv Fenstermaker for the Warriors just couldn't get there in time. Fenstermaker sends it back over.
Just seeing a lot of out of system plays, and this is our first ball contact has not been going well. I know it's early, but
yeah, and communication is key, as we talk a lot, as Northmor is able to pick up another point. But like you said, you're seeing a lot of out of system play. Do you think communication is a big part of staying in your system?
Yeah, at this point in time, you know, they are running a two-person serve receiver, Worthington Christian, so that gives you more responsibility as a serve receiver to pass the ball better. But I think sometimes the more cooks you have in the kitchen, the harder it is to get things done. So when there's more people back there, but if you are not like passing three balls, so three balls you are giving your setter three options to hit at all times, it's not super successful. And Worthington Christian has got to they got to start figuring it out right now. They got their libero, one of their best passers back there. They got to be better. I like that ball on two. It's a good spot, and it was out.
And you had a nice idea there, just not able to get it, keep it inbound. I think it was a good idea trying to send it back over to that left corner, catch Northmor a bit off guard.
If that was in, I think she should run that all night long. Their libero has struggled, and going corner to corner when you play middle back, that is your responsibility. She gets really, really shallow, which is easy to do. When you play middle back, it's so easy to, we call it you're a little creeper. You're creeping. If you guys look where the basketball three-point line is, you should never, ever, ever be in front. That is a Bobby Weaver golden rule. You stay behind the three-point line and you go corner to corner.
Definitely. And on that last play, Maggie Tuttle was able to pick up a nice block.
It's a good dig, and I like the change in flow, just not super solid.
And there's Maggie Tuttle, presence at the net yet again. Doesn't even look like she has to get off the ground too much there, but just able to connect.
Yeah, and you know when you block, it's not about how high you jump. It's about how fast and how low your hands can get across the net, especially you only need like your wrist across the top of the net. Anything more just gives more surface area to like bang off of a block in a funky way.
Yeah, definitely. And so we're going to have Worthington Christian already go ahead and take their first timeout of the match. Northmor jumping out to a quick 7-1 lead. I think that it's safe to say this is a needed timeout so they don't fall out of this one too early on, already at a 6-point deficit.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you have two, so as you can't, if you don't use them, you lose them. It's not like basketball where you can take them with you and take them home. Their first ball contact's not there. I just am not seeing a sense of, I don't want to say urgency, but every time you step out on the court, you have to see the eagerness in your face and the eagerness in your body like their posture and how you carry yourself. They've got to pick it up right now because a 6-1 run doesn't look good. And, you know, that point you have to have your middles established by this point in the game. You want to run it so you are giving your hitters more opportunities. And if you're not, this is what happens.
Definitely. And Earlston sends it over to the Warriors.
It's a good spot. That's where Reagan Swihart should be, and I think she's realizing that now. She said she was ready to go transition to hit instead of play defense. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Reagan, love you. You got to pass first, pass to attack.
Certainly. Anna Schwartz was able to connect there. Sydney Diedrich's going to go ahead and send it over on the serve.
That's a great set. That's a beautiful set. That's a beautiful swing. I would like to see their setter get out of the way on that. Like, she should not have to take that free ball. We need to have Chloe Keene take that first ball so she can set.
Number 21, Phoebe Williams, able to, as you take a look at our Hot Shot Secret replay, just able to connect, put some good power on that ball, and keep it in bounds.
Yeah, and that's a ball that I don't know if you guys noticed that defense, they're in a rotation defense. So if you're going to be that far, you have to make sure, especially if there's a double block there, she hit over that you're not stuck behind it. You got to be able to see your hitter, because if not, you're going to get caught getting beat to your left, and you can't do that on the left side.
Yeah, and a nice job by Fenstermaker to keep the play alive on that one, and then they're able to send it over. Northmore not quite able, excuse me, it was just out of bounds. So she was able to keep the play alive. Northmore able to take advantage. As Earlston's going to go ahead and send it over.
It's a tough serve. Yeah, they're really shallow on that defense. I would like to see Reagan Swihart stay a little bit deeper in that zone 5 seam because they'll go right over top of her head. It's a good off-block play.
And again, just a little bit too much power, as you see.
You know, as not pretty as that idea was for Anna Schwartz, that's where she needs to be attacking. The last 5 feet of the court, deep in corners, because Northmore they're giving them lots of options to hit right now. And their libero needs to stay deep. Stay deep, sweetie. Stay deep. There you go. Tell her, stay deep. Thank you. Stay deep.
And again, Tuttle able to make her presence felt at the center of the net. That was a nice heads-up play by Phoebe. Excuse me. Looking at the wrong one. Chloe Keene.
And you know what? Chloe Keene has done a great job. She is very used to playing in the middle, so you can see that she was early. There was a lot of hang time on that ball. She needs to wait. The longer she waits, she has a very, very hard swing. It's very, very strong. So she's going to beat it through a lot of blocks, especially at this level, because there's not a lot of hands that are going to penetrate like that. Wait. If you are not comfortable on the outside, it is better to be late than it is to be early.
Definitely, and Keene and Tuttle were there on the last play on the block. We're going to have our first service error of the night, though. So the Warriors able to catch a break. Still down 12-4 in this match. Still have some time, have some opportunities to breathe life back into this one.
Yeah, and I can't get too mad at Reagan Swihart. It wasn't her first serve that she missed, so I can't totally be pissed at her, but better than nothing. That's a good, hey, a kill is a kill is a kill in the last 2 feet of the court. It doesn't matter. As long as there's a kill, it doesn't matter how it looks.
So there we go. We might have another trademark quote.
It doesn't have to be for the front for the centerfold of Vogue. It just has to be in, and it has to be a kill. That's all we are concerned with here.
Definitely. As a senior, Maggie Tuttle back to serve. Gave Fenstermaker a look, not able to swing with as much power as we saw earlier during warm-ups.
That's a great eye. Great eye. That's a big block, too, to go tip over that middle block. If you guys watch that, she was approaching to swing and a tip. Oh, that was so nice.
Yeah, and a great view on our Hot Shot Secret replay.
Got that timed up perfect.
As Tuttle sends it over.
Good. That's a really good defensive play by Chloe Keene. I'm so happy that she did not let her setter take that ball.
And there's Fenstermaker able to connect with a little bit of that power that we saw as we take a look at the replay here. Very similar to some of the looks she was getting in warm-ups.
And she's going slow to fast to the ball. And sometimes, as long as you hit hands and you see daylight, it was a really tough swing. She just wasn't there on the other side for us to get a dig for Northmore.
So Schwartz sends it over as they fight to stay alive in this set.
That was a pretty good pass for being that out of system. She kept her shoulders forward. That was nice.
And a nice switch of pace there from Fenstermaker. I think that catch Northmor a bit off guard. They were expecting maybe a strong swing, able to just go with that more of a layup style.
You know, as long as you go slow to fast when you approach, and if you approach to act like you're going to hit every single ball and then you see the tip, you're going to freeze people every single time, especially as how hard she was hitting in warm-ups. It's easy to think that.
Yeah, and see on our replay there, Amanda Kincaid had a nice little bit of hang time there, able to just do something you've been talking a lot about tonight, and that's patience. I think she showed some good patience on that play. As Maddie Blanc sent the serve over. And there's number 5, Jeanette Kincaid, able to get another point for Northmor. They jump back to a 10-point lead, 16-6 here in our first set.
And I would keep running that middle, and I don't want to say until she makes an error, but every free ball play right now, unless that middle is absolutely going to stuff block her every single time you run that middle, and that's when you dish it to the outside for that quick shoot ball, because both of their outside hitters look super, super great when they do that. And again, she's stuck behind that block. That's a good swing. She's good that she sees that. But Reagan Swihart's got to get her left foot. If you guys see the on here, she is all the way in the middle of the court. She's got to get her left foot on the sideline. So it's kind of rule of thumb is left side diggers, don't get beat to your left. If you're playing right back, don't get beat to your right.
We're going to have our first substitution. We're going to have Grace Lenigan come in and serve for the Warriors. And a good look there by Amanda Kincaid, but just a little bit too much power on that one. Not able to keep it in bounds. Warriors are going to have 8 points now.
And you know what? She hangs so well, and she's got some long limbs. But when you approach to that ball, especially when you're a middle hitting on the outside, she has to be open to her hitters because it's not like it's hitting in the middle where it's super easy to get your last 2 steps open. So I like to see them run that more, especially even if they just switch. This would be a perfect opportunity maybe in the future to switch Kincaid and Swihart in this situation and allow her to hit a couple balls on the outside in case in the tournament that there's a better blocking option for them to do that.
Yeah, I think you made great points. Always good. As we brought up, one of the keys to the game, kind of a tune-up. Don't look past tonight, but it's a good tune-up to test out some different things and see what they're comfortable with.
And you know what? That set right there, and they've been running that middle super strong. I think she's still a little early, or that ball needs to be set a little bit faster. Because she saw the seam of the block, I think that she was just swinging a little bit too hard trying to hit straight down. But do you know what? I like the tempo. It could still be a little bit faster. So either she's got to speed up with taking her approach or the ball's got to be set faster.
As you see, an electric block there by Amanda Kincaid, able to get up high enough and time up. Fenster might just swing back over just at the right moment. Able to keep this going as Northmor is going to pull out to a 19-8 lead, so it's back up to 11. And you see Abby Urbanchek just not able to time that one up right. Must have bounced off those wrists a little bit awkward.
And I think she's pulling her head a little bit too, because sometimes you get caught like, oh, this is not going to be that bad of a serve. And your first thing that you can do and the worst thing you can do, especially in, it's like, think of it like baseball. When you pull your head when you go to swing and you see in the majors, like, oh, I'm going to hit the crap out of this ball. And you pull your head, when you pull your head, you can't see your hands. So they got to keep their heads down and follow that into their platform the entire way.
As you see there, Reagan Swihart on our Hot Shot Secret replay, able to just time this one up right, attack that back middle part of the court, able to get Northmor up to 21. They just need 4 more points to take the first set.
It's a great serve.
They're going to get another one there on the ace as you take another look at that as well.
That's a really good drop, and she served. That was a really good zone to serve, but it was dropping as it was coming over the net. Again, that's another great serve. We want it to be dropping and going down as it's crossing the net. And there's that tip in the corner.
Yeah, exactly what you brought up. Somewhere you would look to be attacking tonight. Worthington Christian able to see that exposed area of the court and connect and try and keep some hopes alive. Still down quite a bit in this set. And that's going to be a momentum killer. We have a service error. So that is going to send it back over to Northmor.
And that is the best term that you can use for that is momentum killer. And Mackenzie killer is a missed serve. Those are Mackenzie killers. You want to find a way to send me to an early grave. It's like again, it's like, I know that shooting a free throw in basketball is kind of, I don't want to say the equivalent. Yeah. It to me it is. It's 900 square feet, or it's the hole. Put it in.
So you see number 1, Rachel Irvin's going to check in for the night. She has the one who sent that serve over.
That's a great swing.
And you've got Reagan Swihart getting the job done. That's the set from number 17, Lizzie Earlston, able to connect. A lot of force on that ball.
So I'm guessing that she has a broken hand.
Yeah, it looks like she has her hand.
Well, she is a queen, so we're going to applaud her all night long.
Yes.
Stay out of the way, sweetheart. We love you. Love your enthusiasm. Stay out of the way.
Yeah. And so on the air, Northmor is going to get the point, and that's going to be it for set one. So Northmor takes the first set 25-9. We're going to take a short break, and you'll be right back to high school volleyball live and free here on the OH Report.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
All right, well, welcome back, everyone, to Worthington Christian versus Northmor. Again, I am Hayden Gray, and alongside me, Mackenzie Weaver. Northmor able to edge out the first set. And Mackenzie, what's something you liked from that first set that you saw from Northmor that was able to get them a win in such a convincing fashion?
You know, they only missed one serve, so I can't kill my girl Reagan Swihart too much for that. So she at least made her first one in. They really did serve aggressively and to space. So what that means is they're hitting the serve receivers at like their chest up, and they're making their shoulders go back. So as soon as your shoulders go back when you're a serve receiver, the ball cannot go forward. It will go up. So that's why they're serve receiving at like between 10 to 20 feet, and you really can't run an offense from there. And I also liked that they had a lot of good positive energy. I know they saw Rachel Irvin checked in, and I don't know if she's got a bum hand or what she's got going on. There was a lot of excitement for her, which I love to see. And, you know, it was later in the match you could tell their first ball contact was improving as it goes on, and sometimes when you get that comfortable of a lead, that doesn't happen. I want them to receive more for free balls, if that makes sense, as in like more convincing, like I hit this ball so hard the only way they can get it back is a free ball.
Definitely. So we're going to have Lizzie Earlston kick off the second set as she's going to serve that over to the Warriors. Returned back over by Phoebe Williams.
It's a great swing.
And starting off right where they left it, Reagan Swihart, as you see here on our replay. A nice set again. Good elevation.
She's got a great swing. What I would like to see, and this is the next evolution play for Chloe Keene, especially on the right, she's done a great job on the right, is to transition fast enough and let your setter set get out of the way so you can pass to attack and hit that ball too.
And Maggie Tuttle just not able to get enough.
That was a little tight. They put her in the closet a little bit. A little tight. She got nowhere to go. I can understand why she does that.
Yeah, that was a tough setup. Not a lot of room to breathe, especially when you're that close to the net. So it's going to be number 21, Phoebe Williams, serving for Worthington Christian.
Pretty good serve receive ball there.
You see there again, Chloe Keene just not able to time that one up. well enough, went into the net.
She's early, but that also is set at like 8 feet, so it doesn't give her a lot of room to take a big approach. So I would either like to see her get deeper, or they have to lead her probably to 3 to 5 feet off the net for her to be successful, especially with how quick she approaches on a ball. Like, she's ready to go before the ball's even set, which is very typical of a middle hitter. That's a good decision to use. Yep. Great dig. Good effort. I like that they're taking their hands on free balls. That really speeds up your offense when you do that.
Yeah. And you see number 3, Chloe King, the sophomore, on our Hot Shot Secret replay.
And she's early. She's early, and I think that it was an awkward angle, especially when you pass that ball in zone 1 as a libero. That is an awkward angle for her. I'd rather them see her run like a shoot ball that they run to their outsides. I'd like them to run that shoot back to her. I think that would be better for her. It's a little low and a little tight in the middle so far tonight. It's a good read off block.
So we got the set from Earlston. And they're going to go ahead and call that one out. Fenstermaker looking to make a play, just not able to keep it inbounds.
She's looking for hands. And do you know what? That swing is totally characteristic of, I'm trying to find hands high. She was low and inside, and she told herself, like, I need that ball to be higher. So she has more options. Like, that's a great ball for her. Like, she's 5'5". You got to give her time to see the court.
Yeah, and not a bad time, especially when, you know, they're only down by 1 point early on in the match to take that chance.
Yeah.
And you see here, though, Northmore's going to extend that lead out to 2.
Oh, Chloe King getting her yummy. Makes me so happy.
Always a great opportunity to look for some points. So Swihart on the serve.
Yummy take 2.
And Tuttle's going to get her share. As you see, she has just been able to do a good job of knowing her role tonight.
Yeah.
And I think that
if
they're planning to attack her, I don't think they should be continuing that.
No, and do you know what? She looks so much more comfortable than she did against Lex. She looks more comfortable within herself and her role. And I'm happy that there's a better, more positive look on her face tonight, because you know what? As a middle, you work so hard. You run as the isms of the world. You run around like a chicken with your head cut off. It's nice to be thrown a bone every once in a while. So I'd like to see them set her a little higher and maybe like 1 more foot off the net. She's not as quick as Kincaid is with the long arms. I would kind of reverse the sets that they get. I would give Amanda Kincaid a little bit lower and a little bit tighter. She can handle that. Tuttle not so much.
Yeah. And so you see Swihart not able to connect on the serve, and we had a little bit of a brief pause. It seemed like Fenstermaker was maybe a bit shaken up, able to tell the ref she was all right to go, though, stays in the match.
Great pass. That's Chloe Keen's ball. She's still just a little early. Oh, honey, get out of the way.
Just a bit of miscommunication there.
She's like, oh, I did an oops.
Yeah,
I did a big oops.
On the replay, you could tell right away they looked at each other. And yeah,
sorry.
Still holding a 2-point lead, 6-4. So that serve's going to be just a little bit outside for Anna Schwartz. So Northmor going to get the ball back in their possession.
And I like to see Tuttle, she is their serving middle. I would like to see her step up, and I don't want to say play better defense, but she puts herself in the right position. I want to see her take 1 more step and make the athletic defensive play, because she can do it. Her form and her ball skill's not bad. I think she just gets a little, there you go. She just gets a little caught up watching, which is easy when you're a middle to watch on defense. So she's like, oh, shoot, I don't know what I'm doing. I block. I'm not supposed to play defense.
Right.
Great block out of the middle.
Yeah, speaking of blocks, Kincaid
Block
with
times
2 in a row.
Keep watching that form, ladies and gentlemen. Low and fast. That's all it's got to be. Good free ball pass.
On the set.
Great swing.
And that's Lexi Wegner, as you see here on our replay. Nice set coming over.
I would like to, and this is the next evolution for their setter. That's a beautiful squared up set, but she's fading away. I want to see her cover that ball, because when they get to the tournament, especially in the division and the district they play in, that's going to be a difference between winning in 3 or 4 sets or going home early. We don't want that. And you're missing your serves.
Yeah.
I just give you a great compliment on your passing, and then you miss your serves. It's okay. We still love you no matter what.
Yes, a tough break.
It all comes from love.
Yeah, a tough break for Maggie Tuttle, because when those ones roll over just a bit, those are the ones where we end up saying, that's a beautiful serve. So just came up a bit short.
That's a great ball, leading ball. There's center setters watching that tonight. So she's like 25 feet off the net. their outside, Lexi Wagner got probably as deep or deeper when she goes to hit that ball. It was slow to fast, but she's leading her within 5 feet of the net. That's even if that's an in-system ball, it's a great set and a great decision for her. Good. Taking that with her hands. I like that. Great swing.
And Northmor starting to grow their lead, largest of the night, up to 5 points as you take a look here at our replay.
And, you know, Amanda Kincaid, she didn't get all the way down, so she could have, I don't want to say worked hard because she is working hard. She could have worked really hard to get to 10 and make that quick approach. But if you get stuck in transition, it only takes 2 quick steps, and she's up for a great swing.
So Maddie Blanc on the serve. Then Fenstermaker, excuse me, again for Worthington Christian. Gets her name called this evening. Attacked that same back corner that we were talking a little bit about in the first set.
And do it. They're in that rotational defense, so the libero's there, and she saw her shoulders were open to cross court, and she saw her lean, and she's like, oh, I'm just going to quick cut down the line. Oh, follow that all the way, sweetie. I saw my aunt last night, and she coaches volleyball too, and our big pet peeve is, especially the younger that you are, it's easier when you're older not to do it, is following the ball all the way to the line. Like, you're going to go, as Bobby says, you're going to go to the chiropractor for whipping your neck like that back and forth. You better follow that ball all the way to the line.
Never a shortage of good Bobby Weaver quotes.
It's the Bobbyisms for me. And she will kill me if she ever hears this, so nobody tell her. So nobody's allowed to tell her. Great block at the end there. Let's stop talking about me, and we'll talk about that great block we just had.
Yeah, you see Jeanette Kincaid. She has been on that end of several good blocks tonight. As you see on the replay, good timing, has great extension, and that's going to be one of those things that caused Worthington Christian to go ahead and take a timeout. Down 6, so it's Northmor 12-6, already winning the first set. A 6-point gap. Where do you feel on the meter of how panicked you should be if you're Worthington Christian about dropping this set right now? Where would you place that meter?
You know, I feel like I'm a nice person, and you know they have good moments where they do make good volleyball decisions out of system. I would be very concerned. There's just no sense of urgency from what I'm seeing. I'm not down there seeing the body language. I'm not experiencing what's going on right now. They could feel like this is a game they weren't meant to win. I don't know them. I don't know their coach. I don't know their personalities. They've got to find a way to like side out and get to at least like 10 and play with some sort of passion and urgency, because I'm just not seeing it right now. So on a meter, which was the question you originally asked, let's see if I can answer the question at some point. Like a 1 out of 10.
Okay.
I'll give them a point. And you miss your serve. That's 3 missed serves this set. And what is that? And if I know you're my camera guy, but what does that equal to? And do you know for every missed serve how many points that is?
3.
It's 2. Oh, it's close. It's 2. So they've given them essentially 6 of their 7 points, if you think of it like that.
Yeah, and you know every sport has those things where it's in football, it's your penalties. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot when you don't have to.
It's like the Browns on freaking Sunday. Good God.
It's a good thing everyone at the OH.Report knows that I'm not a Browns fan. We'll get back to volleyball.
Monster.
But Northmor able to get one back there on a mistake from Worthington Christian's end. So we're going to see if they can bounce back, string some points together.
Too big. Too big at the end.
And that's number 1. Rachel Irvin just not able to keep that one inbound. So they're going to hand it back over. Worthington Christian. We're going to have number 5, Number 5, Sydney Diedrich back to serve.
Just, oh, geez. Oh, sweet Jesus.
And I think there was just a lot of gaps left open all over the court. They could have chosen a variety of.
Yeah, you know, they were not, their libero was not in. I think that Rachel was a little confused on what was supposed to go on there, and they beckoned to serve, and there was 5 people on the court. So I think they did have their pick of the litter at that point.
It's always going to be a bit of a disadvantage when you're missing a player out there.
Yes, I would concur with that statement.
Christian able to capitalize, but then not on that serve so far. Second set has not been friendly to our serves.
I'm not seeing their sense of urgency, and I'm not seeing their ability to stay within a match and have a good first ball contact like Northmor has tonight.
So you're going to see Maddie Blanc sit down and Chloe Keene come back into the match for Northmor.
You know, I'd like to see their setter get a little bit more active here. You know, Worthington Christian setter has sent that ball deep a couple times, and I know that's not characteristic of her, but this would be an opportunity, especially she's really late getting to the net, and she's kind of shuffling instead of drop turning and running. I like to send her see a ball over on 1 or 2 just to kind of see what happens.
Definitely. And Phoebe Williams sends it over to the Golden Knights.
Good decision to set. It's a great swing. Great swing from Reagan Swihart.
And again, Reagan Swihart gets onto our replay board. Several things we've seen tonight, her ability to block and her ability to get up and send that ball over to the other side.
And she's not hitting the ball straight down. She's hitting with purpose. Like, that's a great – I have to think of my angles, my numbers on the court. That's a great, like, 1-2 zone. So that makes your right front try to play defense, because it's kind of hard for right fronts to play defense because not many balls get tipped or hit there, especially from the right side of the court. But you keep your setter honest that way. You make setter play defense. She takes her out of the first ball.
Yeah, so Swihart able to get an ace.
It's a great serve. That ball is deep, and it is flat.
And it's coming with a lot of speed.
Yeah, she hits a pretty heavy ball.
And there's a nice heads-up play from Maggie Tuttle.
And you know what? I like this play. If you watch her, she's going slow to fast, kind of slow to slow. But I like them to see her set like a 1.5 ball, which is, if you're looking at the antenna, it's like the second white little strip from the top. That gives her more time to get open and take a big rip, because I think she's got it in her. I just don't think that she's set at the right height. They're not giving her enough time to make that decision.
Yeah, and as we see, Swihart's going to get another ace, switching sides of the court for her serve. A nice, again, low ball that she's giving.
And she's hitting all sides of the court. She's going across the court, which is easier for the serve receive to get, but harder for her to serve.
You see, Northmore's going to stretch this out to now a 9-point lead. Just putting a lot of power on the ball this set so far. I think it's safe to say that they look a bit determined to get this decisive set.
And you know, this is a lot of composure, and this is a lot of, I don't want to say responsibility, but this is a moment where you can say, okay, like, we're going to bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, this match, or we're going to just kind of go through the motions. And I think right now, with how they are playing and how they are moving in system, like, everyone's always moving. When the ball is being hit, they're stopped, and they're ready to make a play. I think right there, that's kind of like a boom, boom play, but they still are engaged with every point with what's going on tonight.
Yeah, that was the one of the few times this set that Northmor just not able to at least get the ball back over. So we're going to have number 19 step back, Anna Schwartz, see if they can piece together a little bit of action and points for the Warriors.
That's a great pass. That's a really great serve receive pass. Take that with her. Oh, I'd like to see her take it with her hands. And I would keep running that.
So Worthington Christian able to keep this series alive right now with some effort on their side. But that one's got to be out. Hand the ball back over to Northmor, who's now just 4 points away from match point. We're going to have a substitution. Number 5, Amanda Kincaid's going to come back into the game as Rachel Irvin takes a seat.
Here, my girl Maggie Tuttle's going back to serve. That was close. But if you guys saw, she worked really, really hard. The girl from Worthington Christian worked really, really hard to get back. But when you get cuffed like that in the chest, you don't have anywhere to go. So she kind of lured her in with that really deep, deep serve.
Yeah, not much ability to do much with your arms
No.
when you're in that situation.
Yeah. It's a good pass. Keep it in front of the setter. I'd like to see that. That's a strong swing. See them take it with their hands here if they can. Or that's if it works.
The effort to keep it alive.
Their off block for Northmor has picked up a lot of balls tonight. And do you know why that happens, though, is that block. That block touch has allowed for them to make that, it's not like an awesome athletic play, but in high school you don't see a lot of off-block defense. And Northmor, I think that Lexi Wagner, that's probably her 4th or 5th off-block dig that she's had tonight.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say they've had a nice balance offensively tonight. A lot of people getting involved.
I want to see Chloe Keene in better situations to make swings, because I think we saw that great swing. She had a couple points from cross court to right back. That was a very, very, very strong swing. And I want them to put her in that situation more and more. So when that out-of-system ball does come, she has the confidence in herself not to tip and roll, that she's going to attack that head on.
So a serve from Tuttle.
She is ripping. I mean, I would think some of those are out, but she's like, I came to play today. I did not come to patty cake the ball around.
Yeah. And then again, you see Wegner there. She did not come to play either. I mean, they just look like they're putting a lot of speed on and purpose behind everyone they hit.
And they have a lot of opportunities right now because their setter is not very tall, so there are holes in the block. So this is a great time to what we call hit around the world. So, or especially whenever I coach my kids in club, oh, you missed your serve on game point, sister. Oh, breaking my heart. When you hit around the world, so like when I coach my kids in club, it's like, okay, outside you can only, for every ball that you tip or every ball you hit, you have to have 2 tips and they have to score. So that's the kind of games that you play, especially with this point in the match and this point in the season. You want your kids to get creative.
And you see there, Northmor going to get a little bit of good karma after their missed serve. They're going to get the point, and that is going to take the second set. Northmor victorious 25-12. Again, we're going to take a short break. When you come back, you will see the third set between Worthington Christian and Northmor live and free on the OH.Report.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
All right, welcome back. Hayden Gray, Mackenzie Weaver alongside me. And again, we see Northmor take the second set in this match. So they are now up 2-0. Worthington Christian looking to avoid the shutout on this next set. And if you can hear it over the stream, playing a little YMCA here. And I couldn't help but notice taking a look at the Northmor huddle. I mean,
They are dancing.
Dancing.
I love that for them.
Some dancing, some smiles for pictures. Obviously, a bit of a relaxed mood. It's never bad to see them having fun, but what are we looking for here in this third set? Is there anything Worthington Christian can do to force a fourth set, or what's the mentality you'd like to see out of Northmor?
Northmor right now, so I love their energy. So they are having fun. They're enjoying their senior night, which is awesome. But this is the opportunity, especially when you move forward, when you go to your sectional draw, which is essentially your district voting, where you vote for all these important things. You have to make sure that when you go into this, especially Northmor, you're like, how are we going to win this game as quickly and efficiently as possible? And that is going to be not missing, God love you girls, 4 serves, which is equal to 8 points. So they essentially gave them 8 of their 10 points in set 2. So that can be better overall, and I would like them to have better free ball contact, if anybody understands what I mean. So the setter should be setting the ball in between the jump circle and the middle of the knight's helmet, which is the middle of the court. That free ball has to be there every time. I do not want to see their setter running into zone 2 or backpedaling to have to touch a free ball. That's a big thing for them, I think, in set 2.
It's number 5. Diedrich got to get the first point for Worthington Christian to open up the match, or open up the set.
I know you guys like those serves. I hate them. Like they make my skin crawl. I'm like, oh God, just hit me in the face sometimes. It's just less painful.
We probably enjoy those serves because with our athletic ability, that's as far as we would get it.
Oh, my God. You guys act like you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Good God. We're going to have to go to volleyball camp. We're going to have to teach you the fundamentals so we at least have – we can't be friends and, like, you don't not know what you're doing. We can't go play just backyard volleyball. I have to give you some sort of skill.
Definitely.
Great pass. A little early on the swing, so she's ready for that shoot ball. Just didn't get out there quite fast enough. Oh, we're running down and sticking it out.
Swihart able to get it up, but Emily Zieger, the libero, just trips up over her own feet a bit. Happens to the best of us sometimes. Worthington Christian got to capitalize off this, jump up to probably their biggest lead of the night in any set, 3-0.
So they've got to. This is a moment to execute right now. I like the idea of going behind. There is, and this is what I was worried about. Like in between sets 2 and 3, they were very relaxed, which I understand is totally fine. But there has to be a level of seriousness, and I don't want to say not professionalism because that's not what I mean. It's like a taking care of business type of mentality. That's what my club coach said. You guys need to just take care of business, which I understand. Like you have to walk out
Certainly.
like this is a business deal, or you're walking into the boardroom and you're here to like do your thing. And I think that they need to establish that and maintain it. That's where their composure and their maturity come into play, is if they can maintain that for 3 sets or more.
Certainly, and that ties back into our key, don't look past tonight. You just really, you always want to prepare for the task ahead of you.
It's a great dig. This is their moment. I like to see them take that with their hands. That's the next evolution there. Good call. Little tight. And in that moment, you know, if she passes that ball, and unless it's with her hands and she's fully transitioned, like she's not back, she's at 8 feet. I want them to run that middle. I want her to get used to that because they're going to have to do that when the tournament play starts.
So number 19, Anna Schwartz, able to connect. Worthington Christian up to 5 points. So far, they have led the entire third set.
I don't like the laxity right now for Northmor. I don't like it. I need to see some sort of intentionality, because you can't go up and be beating teams 25-9, 25-10, and you start a third set like this. I know sometimes like volleyball is a game like that where you like momentum can turn on a dime, but they're not. What they're doing is not in a result of the score. What they've done all night, that's not a direct result. So they need. There are some things that they need to fix right now.
So Williams, after Worthington Christian picks up another point, looking to keep expanding this lead.
This is where I would start calling a timeout if I was Northmor and be like, this is I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if it's like a Michael Jordan thing or a LeBron thing. It probably both of them said at some point. Some people can like turn it on or turn it off. I think I watched it in the Michael Jordan documentary. You have to have it on all the time. When you step in the gym until like you go to leave, you got to have it on at all times.
Yeah, it's we'll throw in another basketball reference, Kobe Bryant, Mamba mentality.
Yeah, you can't turn it off ever.
They're able to get the ball back here, but let's see as they're going to get the serve, if they're able to get a series together.
It's a good decision. It's a good set. I like that. See that go like about 2 feet farther to the outside, because that setter is front row right now, and that gives her time to attack that down the line, which has been open all night. Yep.
And that ball went perfectly in Worthington Christian's way, as you see again. Hot shot secret replay.
Cut. She cut that across that body.
Barely, yeah.
I love that.
So Worthington Christian, 8-3 lead. Earlston on the set.
I would call a timeout if I was Northmor. It's frustrating me because like I said with Worthington Christian, there's no sense of urgency. I don't see any sense. I mean, there's more sense of urgency for Worthington Christian than Northmor right now, but there's no spark, there's no fire. I'm not seeing the leadership that I need to see in their upperclassmen right now, because you have 2 matches left in the year, minus this plus this one. So this has to be a full-time mentality type thing going on.
And I think that is something interesting when you look at the psychology that goes into calling timeouts. And here that timeout is going to come right here.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I got the opportunity a while back, was watching Shelby and Crestview play 2 teams, and there were moments where Shelby was down, and I just noticed, Brandy Albert was not using her timeouts. She was deciding not to do it and letting them play through it. And Travis Berardi and I had talked about that. But I think there also becomes a point where it becomes dangerous to not use those timeouts.
Yeah.
Not that you don't trust your girls to work through it. And
but sometimes you have to work through. You have
Right.
to work through the adversity. But that's flirting with the fine line with how do you start a match, or like I'm letting this go 4 or 5 points because I know that they can side out and get back to even. I don't know if that's the case in this situation, if they can do that because of how lax they started that first set, or this third set actually.
Yeah, because we sit here at a 10-3 game. Worthington Christian holding a 7-point lead, and they're going to be serving coming out of this timeout. I think all the seniors would agree they would like to get a shutout on their senior night, so we'll see if they turn it up coming out of this timeout and if Coach was able to fire them up a bit.
I have no doubts that they can,
Yeah.
but this is a total, like, I have to have it together when we start to play. Like, because, I mean, this matters, but,
Right.
like, you don't lose and you go home. Or,
Right.
like, if you go 4, it's not the end of the world. When you go and play in your tournament games, like, you could be, like, we have to win in 3 because we got to get rest because we have practice, and then we play the next day. That bounce back is pretty quick.
Exactly, and Maddie Blunk able to get a little bit of a bounce back for Northmor.
And we got Amanda Kincaid in the front row. She's done a great job, one of touching a lot of blocks, so this gave her opportunities to transition and then serve, but then homegirl Maggie's missing her serves. We cannot be having that, ladies, especially in this circumstance right now, because you're giving points like they're buy one, get one free. They're not buy one, get one free.
So you're going to see number 2, Grace Lenigan, come in and serve for the Warriors.
I need to see them attack that line. That cross court is no longer available. They got to set that ball all the way to the pin and find a seam or go down the line. They've got a lot of opportunity to go down the line here. But it's just not getting out there. So you can't say it's her fault because there's just not getting to the line.
Yeah, and I think so far it's safe to say our third set we've seen the most effort and continuations of rallies from both teams.
Yeah. And, I like that they're allowing their right front to take the ball because that does give her a little bit more responsibility, and that creates the next evolution if you do have a setter in the front row. They've got to use your hands. You are a big girl. You're playing varsity volleyball. Set the ball with your hands. And I even challenged the setter for Northmor. Unless that ball is in the bottom of the net, you are touching every single ball with your hands, unless you are completely out of transition and you have to send a forearm pass to the outside. That's the next volleyball evolution. That makes them a better team. That makes her a better setter moving forward.
So Amanda Kincaid able to keep the ball on the Golden Knights side with her block.
It's a double. Yep, good call.
So we're going to see a little bit of a swing. Northmor able to rally off a couple straight points. It's going to be 11-7. Still in favor of Worthington Christian. Blunk on the serve.
Okay, she's catching that ball. That's out of bounds, but that is there. That is totally there. I just don't think that Lexi Wagner, her left arm isn't up, so I don't know if you watch her. Her left arm is all the way down, so she's trying to swing. So that elbow's got to be up above your ear so you can pull that ball down and snap it into deep zone 1.
And there's so much I think I've talked about it. The first game I commentated with Travis that goes into the psychological but the physical aspects of just hitting and returning a volleyball as well. So
yeah. And that was the moment there. Okay, that ball was out of system, but she had her left arm up. She went slow to fast to attack that ball, and the ball was set all the way to the pin. So looking forward, and if you're looking back on tape in your Northmor, you have to realize, okay, she's hitting where where a 3 ball is, which is at the end of the jump circle, you're not going to be successful there. Like, if you've noticed that in set 1 and set 2, you had a kill every time you set it to the pin, I have to set it to the pin every time. And as a setter, you have to recognize that within the match and get feedback from your hitters every single time.
So number 9, Courtney Staggs, got to sit down and take a break for the Worthington Christian Warriors. Mackenzie, maybe you can walk me through the call on that one.
That was outside the antenna. So that's
Okay.
If you're looking at that antenna, she hit it on the ref side. I forgot you don't know that. That's okay.
Hey.
That's okay.
I knew it. Just so much going on in the head,
I got you.
It's just my excuse. But number 4, Abby Urbanchik, got to step back, send it over.
Yeah, this is getting out of control right now for Northmor. I think their fundamentals have broken down. I mean, they're having great moments, and that's the set that I'm talking about, and that's the play. But that needs to be executed on point 1. You can't go almost halfway through the match for that to come alive and be what you do.
Yeah, there's going to be a point once you fall behind so far that no matter what, you can trade points. You're just not going to be able to come back before the other team gets the match point.
You can get momentum. It's going to help in set 2, but like then that's kind of defeat you. Then you've given team confidence. I'm the crazy person that's like, we're going to go put our step on their throat and not let up type of mentality. And that has to be a thing when you are, especially on senior night, like have some pride. Like, we're going to go beat them. We're going to make this quick so we can go eat cupcakes and hang out with our friends afterwards. Like, that has to be a mentality that they have to carry with themselves all the time.
So we're going to see if they're able to turn this 6-point swing around.
Maggie Tuttle, good block touch. I want to see her hands lower and faster across the net, her having be up a little bit quicker. So that ball's low. That's a very, very fast tempo ball. But if you notice, she's going slow to fast. She's already taken off, and that's set all the way to the pin. All the way to the pin, and she had a lot of daylight to swing with.
So Reagan Swihart got to help Northmor cut this back down to 5.
Let's see if Rachel Irvin can help them out here. Remember, we just need in. We need toughen into space.
Good effort there to try and keep it alive, just not enough. No one there in that area of the court to help out. So Worthington back up to a 6-point lead, and had the opportunity to talk to Northmore's head coach before the match, and something we were talking about was they're staying rather healthy right now, Northmore as a group, and I know they're really excited to get back into the playoffs, but he said right now the way it looks, if the teams that need to win out the way they are supposed to, Northmore will meet up rather soon in the playoffs with the team that sent them home last year. So you think that would be enough fuel already in the tank for them to just want to handle business here this evening. As you see, they handle business on that play, cut it back down to 6.
And you notice, okay, their middle, Maggie, pulled her. So she's already bailed. She's not even looking for Reagan Swihart. So that's an excellent decision. You're in, you hold, you shoot that out to the pin. That's out.
So a little bit too hard for Phoebe Williams. Northmor cuts it back down to 5.
You know, their setter, she does a great job back on the service line. Hey, you don't have to be the hero. Give yourselves opportunity to be successful, and this is the moment. Receive your free ball. Execute on your free ball. That has to be a better pass, because that could be the difference between, okay, this rally is going to be extended another 4 points, or it's not. Great. I like that they're still staying in the play. This get a little crazy, but they got to stay settled. Okay.
Point Northmor as they cut it back down 4 points.
And, you know, earlier, if you noticed, when they had free balls, they were so confident, like, okay, I'm taking it with my hands, like that speeds our offense up. They're not doing that now. And this is the time where you're like, okay, we got to speed this up. We got to speed up the game, especially, I know, when I played, especially even in college, like we had ball people that like you got the ball back quick, because the faster you get the ball, the faster you keep the momentum, you're keeping teams out of system. That's the swing and that's the set. Sorry, I was
you're
swinging,
fine.
going back and forth, but that is what we're talking about. Like you have to, if you speed up the game on your half, like right now, you get her the ball as quickly as you can. Yeah,
I think that looks a little bit more like first and second set Northmor there. Swihart, we saw that from her a lot the first 2 sets.
I just don't like this to happen so late, because like you have to work so much harder, which, I mean, maybe that's good for maturity and that sort of thing, but
conditioning maybe.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, how do you respond when things get tough type of thing? Oh, that was up.
Yeah, the girls are playing.
That's a replay. That's a replay. That ball was up.
Yeah.
You got a little replay for me?
Yeah, we'll take a look at that one.
That was up.
1, 2.
Yeah.
She sent it back over, so great job.
Don't question it. The ball will not lie. The ball will tell all now, so ball don't lie.
That is one thing you can always count on.
I would give it to her to tell you that the ball doesn't lie.
And Swihart.
She'll be like, I'll just tell you the ball was up and no one needs to worry about it. I just took care of it right there.
So Swihart making a big impact on the last 3 plays. And this
now
is
Worthington Christian, they can. This is, and I don't want to say like this is totally doable. They showed that, hey, we can execute at a high level. We can keep Northmor out of system, even if they're not playing mentally at 100%. Like they showed that they did it, and they were able to maintain it for 15 points. How do you respond now? How do you respond with your back against the wall? So this is kind of a response for both teams moving forward.
Exactly. They're able to capitalize there. Phoebe Williams, and like you said, as we take a look at the replay, this is a team that's going to be in the playoffs as well. So it's a good opportunity for them to face someone the caliber of Northmor. and carry that experience with them.
Especially if they're not in the same division either. So
Right.
it's better to see, again, you only get better playing better competition. So this is the time to do it. That's a great swing.
And either side of the court, it doesn't matter for Swihart if she's able to really begin to carry the load and lead the charge in this comeback, as you see again.
And I'm kind of I kind of like this. When you are able to move a girl, especially like Reagan Swihart, from pin to pin, like, okay, for these, we're going to make our right side, who doesn't maybe get a lot of sets, especially against this team in this circumstance, make her move to the outside. This makes the setter work on better timing with Reagan if you put her out on the right. It's because you may need her sometime. Like, there's a really big outside that we need to block, and Reagan's the only one that's being able to touch it, and you got to work on hitting on the right side. That would be a really good time for them to start doing that.
So Northmor
Finally
go ahead.
even.
Get this one back tied up. We're now going to have the best of 7 points here in the third set. And Swihart really showing her leadership. She came into tonight leading in kills and aces. So really seeing that starting to flourish here.
They wanted to make things interesting for us, as always, which
Yeah.
we always love. We love an interesting little matchup, but I like when you're like, okay, I'm just going to go in and take care of business because that's my job. And as of this point, even in like set 3, she didn't do anything at the beginning like that killed them, but she wasn't doing what she's doing right now, which is being the physical leader on the court.
All right, maybe they wanted senior night just to last a tad bit longer.
So let's see if they take that with their hands. No, that's a really hard free ball. That's a really good. Ooh, way to be athletic and stay out of the net.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like to see their setter. I like that energy. That's 2 more steps. I want to see 2 more steps. I know people are like, that's a really great play. I will be pessimistic, Mackenzie. That's great. I love that she saw that. 2 more steps. She'll touch that ball.
You can see she kind of has to lean back there at the end, and that's what I saw, yeah. So Fenstermaker able to keep this one back notched up at 19. Williams serve.
It's a great set. I like to see that maybe go a little bit farther, but hey, she's seeing hands right inside, thumb down, great swing.
So
let's see her watch her hit that ball. Yeah, if you see her, she's dropping that thumb down, seeing that she sees some daylight in that good 4-to-4 cross-court shot.
So Courtney Staggs looked like she had a chance to block that one just a tad bit late.
Oh, it's up. It's over. Oh, she might have been a back row attack. We'll ignore that. we'll ignore it. I like how aggressive it's staying.
Amanda Kincaid with a couple clutch blocks to keep this one alive.
Did anybody hear no, not in my house when she went and smacked that ball? That's the only thing I heard in my head when that happened. I'm hearing it now every time they're going up. No way. This is
so far our most tremendous and lengthy rally of the evening.
Not a bad pass. Great off-block play.
Stays alive.
In the net. Yep.
So Northmor got to walk away with the point after what felt like a play that lasted the entirety of maybe the first or second set.
I love that. That was great. There was a lot of energy. You know, there was a lot of, I like to call arms and elbows everywhere, but, you know, you make the play, you make the play. You don't ask questions. You just review the tape and be better tomorrow.
Definitely. Great effort from both teams. And Worthington Christian just not willing to go away quite yet. It's just going to stay at a 1-point match. We're going to have substitution. Number 2, Grace Lenigan is going to come back and serve for the Warriors.
And with both outside hitters, I know that she hit that ball a little long, and you know that happens. They both need to be better with when the ball is set high and it's out of system is to wait. And I know people are like, oh, but like you wait and you see where the ball is at its heights and then you go get the ball. You can always tip, you can always throw, you can always keep the ball alive. But when you're in the air and then you try to hit a ball, you'll look, I don't want to say you look ridiculous, but you're like, you don't hang. We're not LeBron James where we can hang for 10 years. It's different. I want to see them wait just a little bit longer. Good coverage. It's a good decision.
Another nice block from
Worthington. And they're doing a great job of staying in it.
There's Fenstermaker with one of those we saw during warm-ups. Kind of be able to, as you take a look at the replay, get back to some of that power.
And you see, so they're rotating in that defense, but she's rotating off the net as she's hitting the ball, and she's not stopped. So she could have, if she would have been stopped, she probably could have used her hand or dug that ball up, but she's still moving. Oh, she was in the net. I think so. I think
And
she
you can definitely tell the body language and reaction from the Northmor players pleading their case to the official right now. We'll take another look at it.
As we say, you deny till you die. So I can't. We can't see it for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's too late for them to recall the ball, because once you make the call, you really can't undo it, especially in high school, since they don't have replay like in the Big Ten or the MAC or whatever they have.
Right.
But she was in the net, and you can tell on her face, she's like, oh my God, I'm just gonna breathe. I'm gonna act like I'm not guilty.
Yeah, you gotta play the role as well, and
deny till you die.
And that point's gonna stay with Northmor.
Yeah. So we could say that the volleyball gods could jinx this ball, or they could say, no,
it won't be an
we've
announcer
had
jinx,
enough.
but we'll see.
It won't be me. I'm not taking the blame for this.
And there you see Fencer Maker.
She kind of just said, yeah, that was the issue, was in the net.
Yeah. Took a little bit of that frustration from the call previous. Really fantastic elevation. She brought up, only listed at 5'5". But
yeah, she jumps well.
Yeah.
And why that is she has to wait on every ball. Like, she needs that ball. That's a great ball to the outside. She needs the ball to be high, and she needs it to be to the pin. So if you set her like a 3 ball, that's not going to make her successful. That's not going to make her team successful. You've got to give her at the antenna or higher and give her opportunities to see around the block.
So we're going to have our first timeout of set 3. And Worthington Christian holding a 23-22 lead. It's going to be a battle here towards the end. Definitely don't see, I think we see a little bit more of a lot than Northmor coming out of their huddle, already back on. Don't see any dancing from them this time. Worthington Christian, though, another team, I think they would love to be able to take this set, even if they don't win the entire match. Winning a set here tonight on the road at a tough Northmor would be a great experience for them.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a great boost going forward, because they can say, okay, this team didn't start out that great, but we responded when they came at us with our best guns, like we fired back. That type of energy. That's a great pass. Wow. That's in. Yeah, it was in. It was in.
They're going to award it to Northmor?
It was in. It was in.
Looks like there's a bit of a dispute between our two officials.
I mean, the line judge has the best angle on it, but it was long, and it was low, but I thought it was in.
Yeah, so that's going to go to Northmor. We're back at 23, tied. Williams sends it over.
Good off-block play. That's a really good get her feet behind the ball and make the dig. I like that. Good.
The block by Kincaid, but just not able to, a little bit possibly, we had a lot of bodies going for that after the block.
I need to see Reagan Spyhart. She's played okay off-block defense. She is leaning to her right, and the ball is getting hit back or tipped to the left. She's got to have her feet stopped and play defense before I know she wants to swing. All the big girls want to swing. You got to play defense first.
So Worthington Christian not able to capitalize on match point. We are notched away at 24. We're going to be seeing Northmor serving, and we're going to have a substitution. We're going to see Rachel Irvin come in.
And I like that it's right and she's playing, but this does put them at a kind of a disadvantage, because you leave your entire back row exposed. Unless it's hit right to her and she can hit it with one hand, you're leaving yourself exposed here. So let's see what she does, as long as you serve in and tough and you don't kill anybody in the process.
So Williams, light touch over.
It's a good athletic move. Makes me panic a little bit. There's only 5 active players on the court, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking.
It's like you're playing beach, and you have to kind of figure it. I mean, beach courts are like, I would say, it's maybe 2 feet smaller all the way around. I could be completely wrong. It's like playing beach, and it's a little intimidating.
So match point for Northmor here.
And that's it.
And Reagan Swihart is going to be able to get this one done for Northmor. And they are going to take this match 3-0, 3-0, defeating Worthington Christian here on senior night. We are going to take one final break, and when we come back, we're going to have Mackenzie standing by with our J&F Construction Player of the Game. So don't go anywhere yet. We'll be right back.
lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Hi guys, welcome back with the JNF Construction Player of the Game, Reagan Swihart. Congratulations on your 3-set win on senior night. That's so awesome. So I do want to say, what happened in set 3 with you guys? Because I saw there was a lot of great energy, which I love to see. As a former player, I love that energy. But like, what happened moving forward? What happened, and how can you move forward and be better as a team with that?
So in the set 3, we were trying to change the rotation around to be able to sub the seniors out.
Okay.
So we made a couple changes, and I think it kind of just threw a couple girls off, and it took us a minute to get used to it.
Okay.
But once we got used to it, we were pretty good.
I like that you guys were able to bounce back, because that's the whole point moving forward. Especially you have one more final season, one more regular season match before you move into the postseason against Crestview. So how will this past set 3 test your composure for postseason play, do you think?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So no. So okay, set 3. You struggled a little bit at the beginning. So okay, like you make a couple changes. Do you think will this affect your guys' composure moving forward? Do you think that this will, if this happens again in the future, you guys will be able to bounce back and be better?
I think that this next game, as long as we play well, pretty much the whole game will be all right going into tournaments.
Okay.
And I think, honestly, our favorite thing is to dig ourselves out of holes, so we were pretty comfortable in that third set.
You like making everybody sweat a little bit, especially tonight. Okay, so I know that Rachel Irvin has not played much for you this season at all, if I'm correct. Did she has a bad hand?
Yeah, she broke her hand, I think, during, like, the second or third game of the season, so this was actually her first home game.
So how was that energy having her play, especially on senior night tonight?
Rachel's one of my best friends, so it was pretty awesome having her on the court tonight. And once she got her first serve over, the game was pretty much, the environment was just, everyone was excited.
Did you guys practice that at all, or was that planned, or was it kind of like, okay, like I feel good enough to play, or how did that whole conversation go down?
Well, she had a brace that it was illegal to play with, but she was like, she really wanted to play on her senior night, so we worked a couple things around and tried to just get her in the game any way possible. So we she practiced a couple serves in the last few practices and just kind of hope for the best.
Well, congratulations. I know that you have one more match against Crestview, so I wish you the best of luck with that. And I know that you, at some point, we talked to your coach about how you're going to play probably at some point sooner rather than later Fisher Catholic. Does that, I know that I don't like to look that far into the future as a player, like, okay, we have to worry about 1 point, 1 set, 1 match at a time. Have you guys been like thinking about that as seniors and upper class, and have you guys talked about that at all, or is that more like we're going to worry about that when it comes our way?
I think that we definitely can't look past any of the teams in the tournament because you never know what will happen, but I think our end goal is definitely to get to Fisher Catholic because we just want to have a rematch and hopefully play well against them.
Well, honey, congratulations. I can't wait to see what you do moving forward. You have played a great game tonight, and I wish you all the luck in the best of the through the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Welcome. And we will be right back with some post-game thoughts. Thank you, everyone.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome back again inside the castle, everyone, where Northmor was able to end up victorious, winning in 3 straight sets this evening. A bit of a lengthy third set, but they're still able to get it done. Mackenzie, obviously a strong showing from Northmor this evening. How were they able to get it done, especially with the struggles they had in the third set? How do you think they were still able to wind up here with a shutout this evening?
Offensively, they were just so much, especially on their outside, just so much cleaner and crisper. I did think on the outside for Worthington Christian that they were not giving Liv Fernston Maker enough opportunities on the outside, so that kind of helped them out, especially Reagan Swihart. She did a great job towards the end of the match of establishing herself as the go-to player on the outside. And, you know, they struggled a little bit in set 2 with their serves, and it kind of dissipated a little bit, but you could see moments of greatness where how they, especially in set 1, they were serving with purpose. They were serving short. They were serving deep, cross-court, everything like that, much better. And I think, and it's my 3 things. If you can serve in and serve tough, if you can pass the ball, and you can execute on first ball. That, then moving forward, especially against Crestview and into the postseason, is going to be so important.
Certainly, and that kind of ties into one more thing, you know, we're looking at going forward with only 1 match left in the regular season against Crestview. What or who, it could be, you know, one thing that you noticed, or players, do you think will be the key pieces or piece for this team from what you saw tonight if they want to take down those bigger teams in the postseason?
Yeah.
Or it could be a thing.
Yeah.
Just what do you think is going to be the keys for them if they want to not get sent home a little bit earlier than they wanted to last year?
I think, and I like Chloe Keene, she's young, and she does some really good things on the right side. They have got to put her in more positions to be successful. So getting her with those free ball plays, and as soon as you establish your middle, that's when you start dishing it. We know your outsides can bang. We know Reagan Swihart. We know that Lexi Wagner, they can do whatever they want on the right side. We got to put your kids that are your role players that you need. You need these kids. You just can't not set them and then in a game throw them a ball and expect something to happen. You got to take everybody with you. And not that she did a bad job, but we have to make her more successful moving forward. So when she goes to block and transition, and it's kind of not a bad set, it's an awkward set, it's not beautiful, you got to do something with it. They have got to make those things happen now and make her successful now. So 2 weeks from now, when it's time for her to be the big girl and be a role player and a big opportunity, you do that.
All right, certainly. So that's going to, yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead and roll. That's going to do it for us tonight, folks. Northmor able to be victorious here tonight. Again, as always, I want to thank this opportunity to thank you, the fans, for joining us, as well as our generous sponsors for tonight's contest. Our commercial sponsors, the Morrow County Hospital and Park National Bank. Our incident replay sponsor, Hot Shots Secret. Our player of the game sponsor, J&F Construction. And again, our scoreboard, pregame, halftime, and postgame sponsor, the Morrow County Hospital. I would also like to thank my crew here this evening, Mackenzie Weaver alongside me on color commentary, Storm Blunchley getting all the good angles, our camera operator, Jory Hollenbeck, our amazing director this evening, and everyone else back at the OH.Report studio setting us up for success, Brian Skronsky, Adam Thompson, and Travis Big League Berardi, who is a little bit salty he's not here at the castle tonight. Sorry, Travis. But that is going to do it from the castle. For Mackenzie Weaver, I am Hayden Gray saying so long, and thanks for tuning in tonight right here on the OH Report.